Hi everyone, welcome back to the VIEVE YouTube channel. Who's ready to talk about complexion? I'm Jamie Genevieve, I'm the founder of VIEVE, and I am so delighted to introduce you to our two latest launches. One being our brand new Modern Radiance Concealer. This is our first complexion product, and the other being a lot more secret but no less unbelievable. This is our VIEVE Modern Powder Perfector. I'm here to tell you a little bit about the product and show you a demo on myself, so I'm going to get straight into it. In our Modern Radiance Concealer, you're going to find 20 shades. These have been split into 4 different groups, just like the rest of our product lineup so far. So you have light, medium, tan, and deep. The tagline for this concealer is customizable coverage. For me, creating a concealer, creating my first ever complexion product, I wanted you to be able to get as much from it as you possibly can. So of course you can use this as your concealer in your under eyes to kind of enhance coverage on certain areas of the face, but I wanted you to be able to do so much more with it. One of my favourite ways to wear the concealer is mixed with my Skin Nova and making my own like BB cream. I've got 3 shades here. I have light 4, medium 4 and tan 4. I like using these 3 shades to completely customise my base. I'm going to show you that in just a second. Another thing that was so important for me when creating this formula was that everyone could enjoy it. This formula is really easily made more dewy, matte, so no matter what preference you have for your base, you can use our Modern Radiance Concealer. The other product that we are launching that we've been a lot more under the radar about is our Modern Powder Perfector. This is the most unbelievable powder that you will ever use. Coming in 4 shades that correspond with the 4 different shade groups. I do not have the words, it is unbelievable. It is so comfortable on the skin, it is completely weightless, but it mattifies just as much as you'd like. You can use a fine veil to lock everything in place, or you can go in with like a firmer brush and really build it up for a perfect matte finish. Our Modern Powder Perfector is enriched with hyaluronic acid and plant-derived collagen amino acids. It blurs the appearance of pores, it obviously reduces shine, mattifying the skin, and it also smooths the look of skin. This makes your skin look so airbrushed. And our Modern Radiance Concealer is enriched with hyaluronic acid as well. It also has a skin thirst relief complex, which really locks in hydration, and a photo radiance complex for brighter, more radiant looking skin. I've done my skincare already. We're going to get into a little bit of a demo now. I'm going to prep my skin with my Skin Nova. Preparing your skin for any complexion or base products is really important, and Skin Nova obviously being one of my like hero products in my range, I wanted it to work perfectly with our new complexion products. So I'm going to pop my Skin Nova on all over. Like I said, this is all about customizable coverage, so I want to show you a really quick difference you can make with our Modern Radiance Concealer first of all. So I'm going to take my shade in medium 4. Obviously skin tones change throughout the year, but I find that medium 4 for me is pretty perfect. The component of this product has to be one of my favourites that we've ever created. It's completely custom, and you get a huge 13ml of product in here. So because I like to use this all over my face, I wanted to be quite generous with the amount of product that you get. We've also got our gold V in the lid, classic. Of course, I had to give this product a large doe foot, and I'm going to start just by quickly correcting my skin. This is a technique that I use when I'm super busy. I just want a little bit, I added something, and I would literally just sketch on to my redness in my cheeks and use my finger to blend out. When I was creating this product, I also wanted it to work for everyone. You know that I don't like to make rules and tell you how to use your product. I wanted it to really work with fingers, sponges and brushes as well. I really love and celebrate how everyone applies their makeup, so this is straight away a more even but natural looking base. You can see that all this redness is gone. We've got a medium to full coverage, but it's really customizable. Like I said, you can sheer it right out if you like, or you can build it up. Here you can see I've got a little spot and pat that out. And I'm going to put a little touch on my forehead as well, just because I love that area to be a little bit more concealed. I'm going to sound really repetitive in this video because everyone uses concealer for different reasons, and I'm just going to show you as many different techniques and ways that you can use it as possible. The concealer feels really weightless on the skin. The texture of this concealer is so lightweight, and the finish is not completely matte, but it's not luminous either, because you can make it luminous with your skincare underneath. For example, using like a facial oil on your face before using this concealer, you will have such a glowy base. But for me, I wanted it to look like naturally hydrated skin. Just with that amount, my skin looks more even. It definitely looks like I've got something on my skin, but nothing too crazy. And for every day, Perfection. But let's build it up, shall we? So I'm going to go in with my 3 different shades that I love. L4 to really brighten up my under eyes. You can see that it's a step brighter than my skin tone. And I'm only using a little bit because I don't need too much at all. And you can always build up. That's my main bit of advice when doing your concealer, is start with a little amount and then build it up. I'm going to move over to brushes now because it is my favourite. I'm going to use our Conceal and Prime brush and I'm going to start blending that out. And I'm showing you a full face of our concealer. I will say that one of my favourite ways to wear our concealer is alongside my favourite foundations. So one that I've got on my desk right now is the new NARS Light Reflecting Foundation. I think this is so beautiful. And my new VIEVE Modern Radiance Concealer works perfectly with it. I'm just going to blend that up. The base that I'm doing is going to be slightly more full coverage, but I just want to really show you what our concealer can do. This brush is so good for precision, and then I'll move over to our foundation brush when I'm doing the majority of my base. Now I'm going to go in with medium 4, which is my skin tone. This shade matches my complexion, so I'm going to add some coverage just where I want. By using a brush, you get slightly more coverage out of the product as well. When you're using your fingers and a sponge, you get less coverage. By using a brush now, I'm going to build it right up. And I'm just using my VIEVE 117 foundation brush. You can see that I've got a lot of redness on this cheek. It's just going to disappear. Okay, so now that I've got my base on, I'm going to go in with Tan 4 and we're going to do a little bit of a cream bronzer moment. I've been teasing this a lot on my socials. So I've got a new technique for this that I want to try. I'm going to take a little bit of my product. I'm going to put it on the pad of my thumb to start. Bounce this together so you've got a little bit of product on each thumb. And we're going to cup our cheekbones to start adding a little bit of depth. It works so well. There's something about doing this to your own face, you know exactly where you're pressing, and it gives such a natural sculpt to the face. It looks incredible in real life as well. When you use concealer to do this, because it's the same texture as everything else that's on your face for your base, it just looks really, really natural, really fresh. I really love to add this round my hairline as well. So just a little touch here and here, and a little bit under my nose and at the sides too. I'm going to go in with the Modern Bronzer in the shade Medium. Our bronzer also matches the different shade families we've got. So I'm medium in concealer, medium in powder, and medium in the bronzer. I'm also going to use my Sunset Blush in the shade Pesca, and then I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Nothing too crazy, just a little bit of bronzer, a little bit of blush to add some dimension. Now we're going to take this shine down. I am a lover of dewy skin. By having dewy skin, it's very strategically placed dewy skin. So we're going to go in with the Modern Powder Perfector. These two together are my favourite components we've ever made. This is also a completely custom component. You can see we've got our really beautiful V detail in there. You've got this fluted gold, and it is also refillable. So when you run out of your powder, you can just replace the pan inside. This gives me vintage cigarette case vibes. It's something that I just know is going to be pride of place in everyone's makeup bag. So I have 2 favourite ways to apply this. One is with our 123 Precision Powder Brush. You can also use your super fluffy big powder brush. This is our 127, works amazing. I'm going to start by patting around my mouth and on my cheeks. I'm just taking away that kind of excess shine that I don't want as much. And this just allows me to get right in and build up the powder where I like. I'm going to show you the difference on my forehead, how this takes down shine. So the forehead's where I like to really get it away. If you can see here, it just blurs the look of my skin straight away. It's so good. The other way that I love to apply this powder, which looks completely airbrushed, is with a damp sponge. So I'm going to go straight in. Obviously, if your sponge is damp, there might be a chance that you'll wet your powder a little bit. It will dry. And I love to go under my eye, and it just looks flawless. If you're oilier and you like more of a matte finish, try this technique, you'll really love it. If you know me well, you'll know that I love to spray my setting spray a couple of times. I've got my favourite setting spray here, the Urban Decay, and I'm just going to do another layer on top of my powder to really lock that in, and that is a base that is not going anywhere. My lip is applied, my freckle is done, and that is the finished skin look. I obviously used just our Modern Radiance Concealer and our Modern Powder Perfector to create this whole look, but you can use these products with your other favourite products. Don't feel like you need to use our concealer all over your face. You can use it just as a concealer. You can also use our powder with your other favourite foundations. I think you're going to love these so much. As soon as I got my final signed off formula samples, I have just been so excited about this day. Colour matching is something I want to talk about. It's something that's really, really important to me and the team, so we have tried to make it as easy as possible for you. You will find a quiz, I'll make sure that we link it below, that takes you to our quiz on the VIEVE website where you can answer questions and we will show you exactly what products we think will work for you depending on what kind of finish that you like. And when it comes to choosing your shade, you can go and find us in our physical counters, which we will list down below. There is also somewhere else that you'll be able to find us very, very soon. But if you are shopping online at vieve.co.uk, we have foundation. Foundation is an amazing bit of tech that basically you can put whatever concealer you wear at the current moment, whatever shade that is, and it will tell you exactly what shade you are in our concealer. If you have any questions for me or the VIEVE team, please do ask down below. Make sure you subscribe to our VIEVE YouTube channel so you don't miss a video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.